Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So what a whirlwind we have seen over the weekend. After we saw that positive XRP related news, we did see the market cratering, but guys, take a look at this. XRP starting to move up yet again. So what was going on? Ian Bin's posting this. Crypto market liquidations hit nearly $500 million as Ripple and XRP hype dissipates over the weekend. So, it is still the weekend if you guys are watching this video on the day that I'm releasing it. Today is Sunday, July the 16th. Here's essentially what happened though. Okay, XRP and XLM and other altcoins enjoyed massive gains against Ripple's partial win against the SEC. The weekend, however, looks bleak with liquidations in the past 48 hours reaching as much as $473 million. So, we were noticing a bit of FOMO, a bit of hype. It did not take the market as high as some of us were suspecting, but as the bullish momentum declines, I think this is supposed to say bullish, investors on major exchanges are now turning bearish. So here is what is happening, guys. Some other news did come out over the weekend, like Binance laying off 1,000 workers in recent weeks as the cryptocurrency exchange grapples with regulatory challenges and the U.S. Justice Department investigation. So, there were some other stories that were, giving us a mixed bag. Although I think ultimately it was the Ripple XRP story that was getting everybody very, very excited. As you guys can see, in other countries like South Korea, we did see XRP volume hit all-time highs. XRP tops Bitcoin on Upbit with $2.6 billion of trading in the last 24 hours. So, there's a lot coming out with regards to that. XRP ruling a watershed moment, but don't celebrate yet. So, this was the other thing that I noticed was, kind of a little disconcerting. And, after scrolling through a lot of the reactions that we were seeing on Twitter with regards to the Ripple SEC lawsuit, we were noticing that, there were many in the, not the XRP community particularly, because the XRP community super excited, super bullish, super happy for the verdict. But, many people within the crypto space that were not painting it in the same light as, the XRP community, obviously. And okay, maybe we're getting a little bit too excited. That could be a possibility. We just step back and take a look at, what the situation really is. But to the point where it almost seems a little contrived. And guys, I'm going to get into that very, very soon. Let's just take a look at XRP right now. So you guys can see I've got it here on the hourly and, it's moving, fairly quickly over the last couple of hours now. We did see XRP pop up here. It's forming what is looking like another bullish pennant pattern, okay, on this micro time frame here. Ascending triangle. So that's looking very, very good as of the time of this recording. XRP is commanding a price of roughly 75 cents, so 74.5 cents, give or take. So are we seeing renewed momentum, guys? Is this going to change? This overall trend we were talking about the other day, we were talking about breaking through this level of resistance or a supply zone. And as you guys can see, since I made that video, we did see XRP pop back down, but then quickly move back up, okay? Hovering at the low end of this zone before dipping back down and then boom. Okay, so now we're back within that zone, within the 72.5 to about 94 cent range. So we are still up here. We did pop back up into that zone, even despite the fact that, market sell-off brought other cryptocurrencies down. Some more good news. The blockchain backer also brought his 2 cents to the table. Do you spot what this is? Quite a few correct replies, but most want the fish tossed to them. Check this out, guys. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What happens after the 7? Do we move up after that? And sure enough, this was from 2 hours ago. So look at that, guys. The 7 did move down further and now another move up. So blockchain backer even saying, XRP holding up strong. Stellar already went on to do this. So also suggesting that XRP is going to, move up even higher. I think there's still a lot of work to do, though. Even if we do move up higher in the short term, we're going to be up in here and who knows, we might be sloshing around in here for a bit before we can break out past the 94.7 mark. So we're still going to keep an eye on that, guys. In the meantime, though, lots of stuff we should be paying attention to. For example, if you guys are looking at your portfolio over the last few days, you're probably seeing that it's up quite a bit considering where it's been, for the last several months. Well, XRPL headquarters just released this, introducing the newest rich list app for the XRP Ledger. So if you guys click on this link here, you guys can see there is a new rich list. I know Vin stopped updating his version of the rich list, but this is a more updated version here. You guys can paste your XRP address here and click search, and it tells you, where you're at in terms of percentage. And then it ranks you, gives you a whole bunch of statistics here for that. And so, you can check out where, other addresses are. So this is, I guess this is every single address here on the XRP ledger. Gives you some examples of where you would stand. So the summary information, the ledger index, ledger date, gives you that total XRP amount, the amount of XRP that is not currently in escrow, and the number of XRP wallets that do exist. So gives you guys quite a bit of information here. There's also an XRP calculator that brings you down here, and you can add some information in here and get more statistics on that. So thought that was interesting. You can enter the number of XRP you hold in your wallet address. So check it out, guys. I will link this in the description of the video for those of you guys interested. I'm sure, now more than ever, people were interested. And, I was even seeing people in the XRP community looking to buy this dip, or did buy this dip when XRP was hovering just around 70 cents or so before another move up. Now, I would never have suggested that. I would have said, guys, pack your bags when we were down here. And I'm sure a lot of you remember me saying that weeks ago, even just, days ago, really, even, before we did make this higher high. And I guess if you want to accumulate now, not financial advice, that is a decision for everybody individually. Of course, you guys know I am hosting a Patreon, $5 a month, where I'm going to be doing my trades. And, that coin that I was talking about for my patrons has come back, after we did see that dump for Bitcoin, has come back very, very close to my buying target point. So for those of you guys who are still interested, I'm diversifying into many different cryptocurrencies, coins that are still very low, not coins that have already popped. So for $5 a month, guys, we're basically going to take a look at some of these other metrics for some of these other coins. And these coins are not long-term holds. They're shorter term. They don't necessarily focus on real-world utility. I'm going to be upfront with you guys. These are coins that could pop very, very soon, or, taking a look at the macro market, pop over the long haul. So we're going to use multiple strategies here. If you guys are interested, it's at patreon.com/workingmoney channel. Going to keep moving because Brad Garlinghouse did come out. He was making the rounds the other day after we were given the positive verdict. And he's saying, basically now, Congress, it's your turn. A wake-up call that Congress needs. This ruling directly undercuts the SEC's claims that nearly all tokens are inherently securities. Here's Brad. Listen to this.
In some ways, it's ironic. The mission statement of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission is to protect investors. They went after Ripple, suggesting that, all kinds of things, everything we were doing was selling an unregistered security. And the judge really very clearly said, sales through exchanges, not a security. When it's used for compensation, not a security. When it's used for incentives around the overall XRP ecosystem, not a security. So, we have already moved a lot of our activity, and frankly, 95% of our customers are non-US. So a lot of our activity has been outside the US jurisdiction because that's where our customer demand is. But I think that's where the US is losing. And I think what the SEC has been trying to do is to put power and politics over what is really just sound policy and providing clear rules of the road such that entrepreneurs and investors can participate in this amazing new market around crypto and blockchain technologies.
So this is still a legal process playing out. I think people watching, an SEC appeal process, what that looks like. What does it mean for your company in your business in the interim?
Look, as a matter of law, the law of the land right now is that XRP is not a security. And until there is an opportunity for the SEC to file an appeal, which would take years, and frankly, we're very optimistic. If they were to file an appeal, we think that only further solidifies the decision this judge made. Because, look, as a matter of law, as a matter of the facts, and really as a matter of looking back in the history here, for the SEC, really, it's overreach to suggest, as the chair has said many times, that basically everything in the crypto space is a security. Well, we now have a judge very clearly saying that is just not true, and very clearly saying XRP is not a security on exchanges and all these different use cases, which I think helps the whole industry for sure. So this is a win for Ripple. It's also a win for the entire crypto industry. And I think that's why you saw the crypto industry react so positively over the last 24 hours.
So the crypto industry did react positively. Brad Garlinghouse saying, it's a win for the whole industry. And also, if the SEC were to appeal, it solidifies, the fact that XRP is not a security even further. So I thought that was interesting. I mean, we're getting all this positive news. We were getting reactions from members of Congress and others. Sherry here bringing up this article, and I suggest you guys read it. I just wanted to kind of touch, though, on some of the highlights here, some of the reactions. Like, for example, from Brad Sherman, okay, Democratic representative from California. I'm confident the SEC will appeal. He says, a critic of crypto companies, this process will drag on for a long time. So not sounding as optimistic as, for example, somebody like Brad Garlinghouse. But, again, if he is a critic of cryptocurrency, he's obviously going to think that. The court is saying, look, this is a test that is personal between the buyer and the seller. This coming from Lee Schneider, general counsel for crypto software developer Ava Labs. So you have to look at not just what Ripple says generally, but specifically at whether Ripple was saying that effectively to induce the buyer to buy from Ripple. Again, guys, this Wall Street Journal article has a lot of good nuggets in it, and I do suggest you read the full thing. Here's one from Cynthia Lummis. Okay, I applaud the decision, says Cynthia Lummis, a Republican representative from Wyoming. The ruling confirms the need for Congress to deliver a clear regulatory structure for the crypto assets industry. Okay, Marco Santori down here saying, that is the impact of this ruling and why it is such a watershed, he said. So again, he's chief legal officer at the crypto exchange Kraken. The right question is whether a particular transaction was a securities transaction. So we got a mixed bag here. Of course, there are going to be crypto proponents and crypto detractors giving their 2 cents. So I do suggest you guys read this. I will link it in the description of this video. I wanted to thank Sherry for posting that. Larry Fink also came out. So we recently got positive crypto news from Larry Fink. That was regarding Bitcoin just a few days ago. And now he's saying this, okay, courtesy of Mike Dudas here on Twitter. Is this the single most bullish crypto video of all time? Well, you be the judge.
More and more global investors are asking us about the role of crypto. And as I said, I do believe a lot of crypto is going to be, it's an international asset. It has a differentiating value versus other asset classes, but more importantly, because it's so international, it's going to transcend any one currency and currency valuation. If you just look at the value of our dollar, how it depreciated the last two months and how much it appreciated over the last 5 years, I mean, an international crypto product can really transcend that. And that's why we believe there's great opportunities, and that's why we're seeing more and more interest. And that interest is broad-based worldwide.
Broad-based worldwide interest, cryptocurrency, a international asset. So, everything has turned around for cryptocurrency. We got big players suggesting that. Brad Garlinghouse, as I said, has been making the rounds. Here's what he said. I'm not going to play you guys the full 4.5 minutes, but I'm going to play you guys a little clip from this one too.
Joining me now to discuss is Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple Labs, along with our Kate Rooney. Kate?
Hey, John, good to see you. And Brad, great to see you. Thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. Good to see you both.
So it's been almost 3 years of litigation. You've been fighting the SEC, and there's been a lot of confusion about what this court decision John mentioned actually means. What is the direct impact for your company, Ripple, and for the broader crypto industry right now?
Well, 2.5 years ago when the SEC first sued us, we said publicly that this wasn't just an attack on Ripple, it was an attack on the entire crypto industry. And I think we did see that play out with the SEC getting more and more aggressive in really trying to regulate through enforcement, which we clearly don't think is a healthy way to do it. I think this is a huge win, not just for Ripple, but for the whole industry. I think it really is the first time the SEC has lost a crypto case and really puts the SEC, some of the SEC's narrative and comments that they make publicly about all of these digital assets being securities. It puts that in check, and I think in a very good way. And hopefully it also drives the legislative process, because it doesn't make sense to try to regulate this through enforcement, but rather let's have clear laws about this that allow rules of the road for all entrepreneurs.
And so, Brad, if this undercuts the SEC's argument, who do you think should be policing these tokens? The industry has really been in the headlines for things like fraud and, frankly, grifts in the past 2 years or so. Do you expect Congress to step up? And if not, is there a gap right now in regulation?
Well, I think the SEC, what we found through their emails and during this litigation is that they even identified that there is a gap. And we saw that in the emails they were exchanging internally. So I think there is a gap. But Look, like any industry, you're going to potentially have bad actors, but the vast, vast, vast majority of people I interact with that are builders and using these technologies to build a better infrastructure for financial transactions, for real estate. There are a lot of different use cases for blockchain and crypto that really can be profound. Ripple has been focused on cross-border payments as a starting point. But look, I think you're going to see an incredible number of use cases for these technologies, and having clear rules of the road allows for the investment, allows entrepreneurs to lean in. I think the SEC just has been wrong as a matter of law, and it has really stifled the innovation here in the United States.
So Brad Garlinghouse there staying on course. Continuing with that narrative, the SEC has been wrong. Cryptocurrencies that have utility are really going to be the ones down the road that provide that real world value. So as we're seeing this positive narrative unfold, we're getting Bitcoin maxis on the other side playing the wind down. So I'm not going to play you guys this clip, but I will link it in the description. I just wanted to read John Deaton's reaction here. Wrong again. Ripple was granted summary judgment on programmatic sales, so on exchanges. There won't be a trial on that issue. The trial is just on whether the two executives aided and abetted Ripple-related institutional sales only. So Bitcoin maxis are coming and, they're making the rounds as well. And, suggesting that this is not as good as, one should think. Digital Asset Investor also posted this. Timothy Masson, former chairman of the SEC, weighs in on the Ripple decision. And here he's giving a conflicted view as well. John Deaton responded, I've never seen so many people misunderstand a ruling. I don't think the former chair of the SEC read the decision. He said he didn't see it all. The judge did not rule that you must have post-sale obligations. In fact, Ripple contracts with institutional investors didn't impose post-sale obligations on Ripple. And Ripple argued because of that they weren't investment contracts, but the judge disagreed with Ripple and ruled they were investment contracts. So, people were wondering down here, again, I'm not going to play the clip because there's just so much to go over, and a lot of it is not even correct. Blockchain backer here saying, my bet it has nothing to do with misunderstanding a ruling, and how many people are off sides with their portfolio balancing. I think he's right, guys. I think they are putting these narratives out there that are making it sound a lot worse than it is, because there's a lot of money on the line. Not only that, a lot of power on the line. Mr. Intuitive says, gotta wonder if it's intentional and not incompetence. I definitely do think it's intentional personally, because I don't think so many people could be so stupid. At least not honestly stupid. Arturo Portilla here posting this. Okay, this is what peak XRP non-security denialism looks like. Posting another one here. Dear Gary Gensler, please appeal as soon as possible. The court ruling that found that Ripple is at the same time a security and not a security, which is not even really correct. Technically, otherwise, the universe will have to split into two parallel ones, one where XRP must file an S1 and one where it does not. So, Crypto Arsenal here saying, honestly, some of these arguments he was making were genuinely laughable. Everything is a security by his reckoning. Again, we're seeing a tale of two realities almost, playing down this Ripple verdict. But we're finding that it is a certain sector of the crypto, not even crypto. Well, I guess in some cases it is crypto, that are suggesting, well, it's not really a win, but really, we know what's happening. The SEC lost, and that has hurt a lot of powerful people. And now I feel like it's a bit of damage control. Matthew XRP here saying, this is the true Charles Gasparino. I hope everybody remembers his tweets like this. So remember when Charles Gasparino did kind of turn on the XRP community. After that great Ripple XRP victory, the coin is now below 70 cents and falling. Well, as of the time of this recording, we're seeing it back up nearly 74.5 cents. So we have seen a rebound. Question over how much of a victory went down yesterday, with the judge basically saying 700 million in XRP sales were illegal and need to be paid back with possibly XRP. So even Charles Gasparino, playing into this. Sam Kazemian here posted this. Okay, it's important we don't lose sight of what Judge Torres' Ripple ruling means and what it doesn't mean. I'm going to try to cut through the noise and keep things concise. Now, this is a fairly lengthy tweet thread. I'm not going to go through the full thing, but without a doubt, he says, most importantly, the case struck down the embodiment doctrine that has pervaded mainstream discourse until this ruling. It's great to finally break free from this psychological operation. Embodiment doctrine states that tokens must likely embody the contract, carry the spirit of the original fundraising, event, promotion, scheme, circumstance with them into existence, and thus every future sale, trade, secondary transaction, speculation, etc. is a security transaction under Howey. This ruling unequivocally said tokens do not embody the contract, so on and so forth, so giving us just kind of the basics there. But Paul Grewal said it best down here, okay? Do not be mistaken or misled by people interpreting the ruling as sometimes XRP is a security and sometimes it is not. That is not what the ruling is. The real ruling is that the token is never a security. Don't forget this. Break free from the narrative that they are trying to tell you guys. So Paul Grewal did post this. Don't be misled that Judge Torres ruled that sometimes XRP is a security and sometimes it isn't. That's exactly the opposite of what she ruled. XRP itself is never a security. Page 15 said XRP as a digital token is not in and of itself a contract, transaction, or scheme that embodies the Howey requirements of an investment contract. And we saw that over the last few days. I highlighted that in a video I did the other day. That exact line or phrase from the ruling. So, I mean, it's written in black and white on paper from the official ruling. And yet, we've got clowns, spinning it to try to make it sound not as good as it really is. But again, guys, I'm thinking damage control here. I will link this in the description of the video. Again, like I said, it is a bit of a lengthy thread, but a good read if you guys want to get kind of an unbiased opinion on this. So I wanted to thank Sam for posting that, Paul Grewal, of course, Matthew XRP here, Arthur Portilla, so on and so forth, Digital Asset Buy. Gonna keep moving, guys, because guess who else came out with a brand new Twitter post? Yes, Bearableguy. Hello, friends. These last 1, 2, 3 days have been phenomenal. The bear sends you all a big bear hug and much love. I am proud to be part of the XRP family. And this is the best part, guys. The best is yet to come. Fortune smiled, posting a picture of the clock face from the most recent Bearableguy riddle from, I guess this was from Christmas 2022 with the grandfather clock here. 1, 2, 3 days. So what is going on here? Best is yet to come. Obviously, the clock representing time. We are partially through this endeavor, and I guess there's still more to come, but we still have to wait a little longer. Are there any other clues? Some people down here suggesting the background behind the clock equals prosperity for this emblem here that we've noticed, and you guys can see that emblem as well in some of the other Bearableguy riddles. If I punch in there, you guys can see that. It's kind of small, but also over here, you can see Christmas riddles past. You can see that same emblem in there. Grandfather clock also has that same symbol. So that was courtesy of Ashley there. Buckle up. The best is yet to come, says Notorious XRP. Anything else we can glean from this? We were seeing a lot of spam bots here. But Chan Steingraber here also posted this. Okay, look at the clock as it strikes midnight. Now this was back from when he originally posted the video. So back from December 24th, 2022. He was saying, is it a reference to the Doomsday Clock? What is the Doomsday Clock? The Doomsday Clock is a design that warns the public about how close we are to destroying our world with dangerous technologies of our own making. So, of course, the old financial system will be destroyed and a new financial system will rise from the ashes like a phoenix. Is it a metaphor, a reminder of the perils we must address if we are to survive on the planet? When the Doomsday Clock was created in 1947, the greatest danger to humanity came from nuclear weapons, in particular from the prospect that the United States and the Soviet Union were headed for a nuclear arms race. The bulletin considered possible catastrophic disruptions from climate change in its hand-setting deliberations for the first time in 2007. So, Doomsday Clock perhaps representing something that's, maybe negative for some people, but for XRP holders, we got to remember what we hold, guys. And are you accumulating? Did you accumulate when XRP dipped down closer to 70 cents under the lower level of this resistance zone or supply zone? Now we're seeing it back up here. And guys, of course, a Doomsday Clock could represent a new financial system. We've already heard it from Ripple partners like Bank of America. Remember when they said this back in November from Anders here on Twitter, Bank of America to partner with Ripple for ODL services after the XRP lawsuit finishes. So are we going to get a lot more news coming down the pike now that we finally have a verdict. Remember, it's still the weekend. Next week is going to be very, very interesting for XRP hodlers and what could come next. Traders View here also mentioning this. Okay, big thing people missed in the XRP ruling. Ripple may not sell XRP directly to financial institutions in the United States via written agreements without violating securities laws or asking for a waiver from the SEC. What does this mean, guys? This means any US-based institution will have to go to the open market to purchase XRP to be used for their ODL service. And if they have to go to the open market, well, what does that mean? Demand will rise, XRP will command a higher value. 74.5 cents could be just the beginning. I'm really hoping that this is just the calm before the storm. But I mean, really, only time will tell. That's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.